Hey guys, just checking in again. You got to advance in this time. There's no such thing as a Christian retreating at this point in time. Now, if you've been humbled, which many have, that was the deal with the bio war, the COVID. And then a lot of people, instead of getting their authority, which is through their humility, and fighting through the COVID to stay of sound mind, the mind of Christ. Some of them just took more shots of the disease and the mRNA and all this other stuff. So there's many people that I wanted to call that when they got sick to give them a message of hope. But the Lord told me, no. It's because you have to fight through it. I don't quite understand all the COVID stuff, but you lose your smell and your taste, and sometimes you get a little crazy in the mind even. So, but you've been humbled. You've been humbled, so stay humble. The authority goes way up. The authority goes way up. You've been humbled, so your authority is now up on the Richter scale. Massive, serious 7. The 7 marker, the 8 marker, the 70, 80 percentile. Authority's gone way up. Be careful. Don't call down fire if you're not supposed to. Don't call for death unless you're supposed to. But definitely call for blessings because you're supposed to. But the Lord gave me a revelation about the spirit of drunkenness last night and a bunch of it this morning. So the enemy, Gideon's army back in the day had to be boiled down, cut off down to 300. Because they said, the Lord, they won't say the Lord did it. So in different times, armies come up, and what actually happened in reality, because they don't write all the details, is what's been written in the books of testimonies, Old Testimonies, New Testimonies, and like I said, we're in the third day testimony. Testify, the 3rd days of test of men. So, the enemy would come up and they'd kill each other. The bad army would kill each other because a spirit of confusion, which is really a spirit of drunkenness, basically understood a spirit of drunkenness. So same thing when David came up to knock Goliath and his brothers out. If somebody comes up and tries to fist you, if they swing it, which is a swing at drunkenness, a swing it low, and they'll just flip over and fall on the ground themselves. Fist might hit them in the face on the way down, their own face, because no weapon formed can be against you. No weapon formed can be against you. But we must declare it, we must believe it, we must receive it, we must conceive it, we must birth it, we must speak it. So the enemy, they're all drunk with wrath, murder, which are bad words, bad spells, bad lies. Like I said, the gospel, the good news, the good, what the enemy means for bad, God means for good. So if he gives you lemons, you sweeten them up, make some lemonade on a nice sunny afternoon like it is right now. Beautiful day out right now. And of course, I'm up on the north side. So spirit of drunkenness. So the Goliath, we can take that big bad ugly guy, because the Lord will make him confused and tipsy and whatever. You whack him and he just falls down. And hey, he was so big, when he fell down, he died. Brothers died too. Said he took 5 smooth stones. Symbolic of the warriors, the smooth ones. God had to break off all the bad, all the selfishness off of you. Sanded you, polished you like a diamond in the rough. So a symbol of God, an understanding of God the Father himself. He's like a multifaceted gigantic diamond, every facet. You know, you imagine diamond has all these. The cuts mean more than the stone. So God, the rock, Jesus, the sun, and the rock. Massive diamond with millions and billions of facets that shine and sparkle. Just like you ever watched the old Santa Claus movie, the Santa Claus movie, where he's got the twinkle in his eye. So at the twinkle of an eye, you'll be changed in the likeness of Jesus. Can they see that when you're out ministering, that you have the love, and they can see it in the windows, your windows, which are your eyes? The love of Jesus Christ, the love of the Father, the love of the heart of God Himself. We're not here to knock anybody down who's trying to get in the door, but you're not allowed in if you're not humbled. So the understanding the spiritual definition of the COVID, the Davik, spell it backwards, it's a Hebrew word for a demon, caused to humble you and get you into faith instead of fear. So the masses amount of people went into fear, and they died of fright. It said they'll be fallen for their fear. Which means dying of fright. They'll be fainting and dying of fright. So when they couldn't breathe, which any cold and flu, you get all stuffed up, and your head gets a little whacked, and because you kind of get knocked off your keister. Not like the drunks, but it's a test. It's a test. It's only a test. So many have passed their tests with flying colors and have the coat of humility, the robe, to enter the marriage supper lamb. So I will see you there, and I will talk to you there. Now, I told you I'm not allowed to give, I can give tons of details about some things, but I can't give you too many details into you. I can just encourage you, because it would spoil your walk with Him. Because He wants to be your number one. I'm not your number one. I'm just your brother. I'm just your number 7 or 8 or 9. I used to have eight brothers. Now I have 7 brothers. So maybe I'm just your number 7 or 8. I'm not your number one. Jesus is your number one. I told you in the word, the written word, it also says that His name is the Word. Revelation 19 verse 13. Reread it. And then if you read the book of Revelation, the bottomless pit, given the key to the bottomless pit to let all the liars out to lie. The smoke is a smoke screen to cover their lies, but God's people can see through the lies, but most people can't. He opens up the bottomless pit, and the locusts and the stinging is the lies. So He says it over and over and over. Use different avenues, different visions, different signs. Locusts are lies. Flies are lies. The wrath of God is not really the wrath of God, because God's truth stands alone. So when they wrote this stuff, they were trying to grasp at words to define the visions. The wrath of God, He comes against the enemies, but they literally kill themselves. They get the drunkenness, and they're drunk on the blood of the martyrs. Drunk on the blood because they can't partake of the new wine of God, which is sober-mindedness, which is clarity of mind. Let this mind be in you that is Christ Jesus. It brings a lot of clarity in this time of what's really going on.